Good evening. It's me, Lorraine. I am back for the final instalment of the skincare series. And tonight I'm going to quickly talk about moisturisers and SPF. So much like the entire range of Illumia MD products, even down to moisturisers and sunscreens, they are designed specifically for the type of skin that you have and also the type of look that you want to achieve as well. Hi Casey. So when it comes to moisturisers, this one here is called Hydrolite. Now Illumia have 5 different types of moisturisers. Again, like I say, tailored for the type of skin that you've got. So whether you are acne prone, sensitive, oily or dry, there is a moisturiser especially for your skin, and they still contain all of those active ingredients that are going to benefit your skin for whatever your actual needs are. It's not as simple as just walking into a high street store or a supermarket and grabbing any old moisturiser off the shelf. They are designed and tailored to meet the needs of your skin, basically. So there are things like, so if you are acne prone, we've got Hydra Smooth, which has also got salicylic acid in. So that's got 1% salicylic acid and oligopeptide 10. If you have normal to dry skin, there's Matrixyl 6, which is your anti-aging collagen peptide in there. Really good to help your skin in all sorts of different ways, and there are lots of those ingredients in each individual moisturiser as well. And I'm sort of telling you throughout this skincare series not only about stages of good skincare to have, but some of the ingredients that are in these as well, because hi Richard, because lots of people now are far more informed about the products that they use, what they're putting on their skin, what they're putting in their bodies. And actually I think it is fair to inform you about the types of ingredients, what they are, what they do, and how they're going to help you and benefit your skin, basically. Because in this day and age, people do want to be informed, and people are looking for this type of information, trying to find out what ingredients is going to help and why, because people want to know why. They want to know why it's going to work, and why it's going to help them. And I am always more than happy to answer those questions for people and explain all of that to you as well. So I'm not going to talk at length around moisturisers because we all know kind of that we can use moisturisers, and some people really like to have them included in their routine, and there are also lots and lots of benefits that can come along with that as well. So moving on to SPF very quickly. I know I've said it lots of times before, but a really important thing to have in any skincare routine is sunscreen, because about 90% of visible aging is as a result of the damage to our skin is as a result of UV radiation. So the damage that is being caused through UVA rays, which penetrate through clouds, they penetrate through rain, windows, car windscreens, all of that sort of thing. So even on dull and cloudy days, or if you're just getting in the car and going somewhere, you are consistently exposed to UVA radiation. And UVA is the longer wavelength. It also penetrates much deeper through the skin as well, so it's damaging your skin in those deeper layers, and that is ultimately what is responsible for the majority of the physical signs of aging that we see in our skin. So it's really important to actually protect against that. And then we've got the UVB rays as well, which are the shorter wavelength and more responsible for burning. So on those hot sunny days, we all know that we want to stop ourselves from burning. Hi Amber, which is great, and we want to do that. And people are very conscious of not burning their skin, but at the same time, that is still consistently a damage to our skin throughout. And then we've also got the infrared radiation as well, from our mobile phone screens, the TV, your computer, laptops, all of that sort of stuff. Is all producing UV rays that are damaging our skin and aging that. So we need to be having that protection day in, day out. So the Illumia sunscreens, all sorts of different variations that we've got, and they are all broad spectrum sunscreens. So they are physical sunscreens, which means that the UV rays simply deflect, the skin deflects those UV rays, doesn't allow them to penetrate the skin at all. Chemical sunscreens actually allow the UV radiation to enter the skin and then it gets dispersed via heat, but physical sunscreens deflect that entirely. And they all contain zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. They're all broad spectrum, SPF 40 or above. We've got 40 and 42, so give a really good coverage. And again, they've also got lots of additional things in there in terms of ingredients for people who do have problematic skin types. So again, if you're oily and acneic, we've got a sunscreen specifically. It's non-comedogenic, so it's not going to block your pores. It's not going to aggravate breakouts or anything like that. And then if you prefer tints or no tints, I tend to use mine as my base foundation instead of actually applying additional foundation, which is another thing to kind of pick up on really, is that people often say to me, oh, I've got SPF in my foundation, and it's not sufficient. It's not enough. It's usually, I think the maximum ordinarily is about SPF 15. That's not going to cut it. It's not going to do enough to protect your skin against the strength of the UV rays that's actually coming at them. So SPF in your foundation alone is not enough. You still need a base layer on your skin. And like I say, I use mine as my base layer foundation instead of applying makeup on top of it. How are really popular are the Moisture Matte tinted SPF from Illumia. These are probably the best sellers in terms of SPFs, because the tints change to the colour of your skin, and so there are 3 different colours of these, and so it comes out on the skin initially, as you can see, white, and then as you activate it and rub it in, the colour changes. So if you can see that. So hopefully you can see the colour difference there. Now this one that I've just put on is amber. That's not the right skin tone for me because, as you can see, it's too dark on my skin. So I personally use a different colour. I use the ivory, but we've got ivory, amber and sand. So there are different colours for different skin. But as you can see, it gives a really nice coverage. And yeah, and that can just quite simply replace your foundation if you want it to, which is what I use it for, which is lovely. But yeah, lots of antioxidants in there, and yeah, specifically for your skin type basically. So whatever it is you need, there is an SPF to suit you. But if you've got any questions about any of those, drop me a message or pop it in the comments and I will get back to you. Otherwise, that is a very quick rundown of why we need SPF, what sort of moisturisers we've got, and the different variations of sunscreen to protect your skin on a daily basis. And that concludes my quick rundown of skincare series using Illumia MD. If you've got any questions, please let me know and have a good evening.